Sunk cost fallacy. So there's two parts to it. First, the sunk costs part. This is a cost that's happened and cannot be recovered no matter what. No matter what you take in the future and what you're doing now, you're not getting this money back. For example, money spent on a non-refundable ticket. So that would be, for example, a movie ticket. You spend money on a movie ticket, and once that ticket, even if you don't like the movie, you're not getting that money back for the ticket. That ticket is, you're not getting that money back. Next is time, and it doesn't always have to be money. It can be time. So, for example, if you spend time on, let's say, building an art project and it broke, there's no recovering it. You're not getting that time and money back. Next is the investment in machinery. So, say you buy an old computer or old laptop and it breaks within 2 days of having it, and there's no warranty, there's no nothing. You're not getting the money back. You're not getting nothing. You just lose the money. Next is the fallacy. So the fallacy is the idea that if no person or organization let these sunk costs affect their future decisions or their current decisions. So, for example, as you see in the example in the bottom right, say the movie ticket, right? You don't like the movie, but you sit there and watch the movie even though you don't like it just because you spent money on a ticket. That would be considered a sunk cost fallacy. Or another example of this would be a business might keep pouring money into a failing project simply because they've already invested a lot of resources, even if the project has no reasonable chance of succeeding. See, keep pumping money, keep all this time onto one failed project that's never going to recover. That's also sunk cost fallacy. So why does this happen? So there's two big reasons that it happens. One is the emotional attachment to said thing. So if you have a huge emotional attachment to, say, money, then a huge emotional attachment in spending money, and you're on the cheap, then when you spend money on a movie ticket, you sit there and watch the movie even though you hate it just because you're cheap, and it would hurt you emotionally to leave the movie early knowing that you wasted that money. Next is loss aversion. The tendency to avoid losses is a strong psychological factor. People may fear wasting their past investments and are thus reluctant to cut their losses. So the idea of being scared to waste your money or time is what pushes people to keep adding more time and more money into these failing projects or things that you paid for. So to conclude, sunk cost fallacy is a cognitive bias where past investments that cannot be covered irrationally influence decisions about the future. So if it costs you to waste even more time and even more money because you feel like you don't want to waste that past money, that would be a sunk cost fallacy. But in economics, a rational choice always requires you to ignore the sunk costs and focus solely on what will bring the greatest future benefit.